to Full-Time Banter, episode 38. You're here once again, as always, with the Oreo of fantasy football, going to give you a dunking into the world of all things FPL. So tonight we're going to be covering the upcoming double game week and what to do about Troy DEENEY. So lock up your daughters because, my oh my, we've got some good advice for you. You're here with me, the rock and roll preacher, who at times just wants to run away, far away, but I'm still here today and every day, Liam. And to my right, the man who said goodbye to Jane and refused to take me back home once, Tarek.
I would never do that.
On my left, the man whose eyes say squeeze me, please me, and mouth says come on, feel the noise, it's Riz. So let's all join hands, do the hokey cokey, and pray that someone please gives us a go, because we're about to bring the house down. Remember, we are all crazy now, so let's get down and get with it.
Good lad. Good lad.
Well, so it's not either of the bands that Riz suggested?
No, I went rogue.
Is it Slade?
It is Slade,
hey.
Yes it is.
Good lad, good lad.
Yeah, I got it off Come On Feel the Noise.
I didn't want to put them in because I don't like putting the big ones in, but I thought I couldn't leave them out. I thought Steve got that.
Well, I wouldn't have known any of the others to be fair. The one about Jade rang a bell. But,
Bad to Jane.
Yeah.
Bad to Jane. No.
Alice. Who the
That's punchy, isn't it?
That is, yeah. Right, anyway, yes. Exciting times ahead, exciting times just passed in FPL.
Yes.
And can you believe it? There is literally only 4 game weeks to go.
Oh, what a long season.
4 game weeks to go and it's the end of the season already. I cannot believe it. Before we carry on and tell you what's going on with the rest of the episode, let's have the full-time banter top 10 as always. Take it away.
Thank you, great mate. All changed this week in the old top 10. At 10 this week down is Sebi and Simi with 2,022 points. One place ahead of him, Bala Braves and Shah, whopping 82 points this week, mate. Great mate, well done. 2,031 points. Up to 8 this week, only 1 point ahead is Tabdili Mohammed Nassim. Well done, Bass. Smashing it. Bill City FC, Billy Bartram, unmoved there with 2,046 points. 3 points ahead of him and down to 6 this week is the Mighty Reds wannabes, Andrew Mercer. In 5th this week, Ben Seater. He's beaten Seater and moved up a place. Well done, mate. He's now in 5th place with 2,069 points. Bringing it to the 51 this week, Super Cecil Kulafi and his Ali Aubameyang, 2,075 in 4th. Sid Pretty in 3rd in that bronze medal position. You talking to me, Gulshan Jane. Mate, you had a bit of a rough week there, but still on 2,088 points. Bit of a leap ahead there to Gunning Santos kind of case, still in the silver position, the Silver Dream Machine with 2,102 points, and then a jump about 20 points to the Garpatron, the new leader at the top from last week, Gary Watson with 21-21. Well done, mate, fantastic.
Yeah, very well done. There's got Gary Watson, Gartron extended his lead. I think last game week it was only 6 points, but he's gone up, another 19? He's gone up to 19 now.
Yeah.
And worth mentioning as well, just outside the top 10 in 11th is our friend Jack Kendall.
Ooh, well done, Jack.
He's about 20 points, 21 points outside the top 10, so he's doing it.
Well,
Very
good.
Jack Suttersfield wish they were 11.
Yeah, he's used it all up on his dream team.
But yes, very interesting this week. Who wants to do the honours for the lowest team?
I think it's only 30 that you do it.
Me? Oh.
You got to
give me the pleasure of the lowest team. Well, it was quite fun because it meant less work for me because I just had to, I didn't have to change too much because this week's lowest scorer was last week's highest scorer, Miguel. Hello, Miguel. Macaroons FC, he's all over the place. Did really well and he was bragging, showing off, saying, look how good I am. And he was actually giving me tips, believe it or not. Yeah, he was giving me tips on FPL. But this week, Miguel has the lowest score of 31 points. And I know at this stage he's going to say, well, listen, I'm joint lowest scorer. There was somebody else. I'll tell you who that somebody else was, Miguel. It's a 15-year-old girl who also got 31 points. So we're going to focus just on you. 31 points. His team did absolutely rubbish. Etheridge, last week he took a minus 20 and lucked out, fluked it basically. And this week that same team has done very, very poorly for him. Not really much to say. I mean, he captained Aguero and some big hitters on his bench, but yeah, Miguel down back outside the top 50 to 56 on 1,790 points. Oh dear, Miguel.
Oh dear, not even average. Not even average.
Yeah, so he's gonna, I believe he's wild carding this week.
Ooh.
So stay tuned, Miguel. Our highest scorer this week?
Yeah, highest scorer is Tupe. Is it Tupe? Tupe. On Reveju.
Tope.
Tupe.
Not me, get me,
We'll
those
go
names.
with Tupe. Fantastic 89 points. Like you said, man, he's got a good midfield there, but Pogba's the one who's done it for him with 2 pens. Captained him. Wilson chipped in, and then Brooks. Everything else after that is a bit average, you know.
Yeah.
You could say Trent Alexander-Arnold and Alisson, but everything else is a bit thingy. I think he got away with it really with Pogba's Captain Pogba. Good choice, nonetheless, whether it was luck or not.
Bournemouth players.
You make your own luck, don't you? Bournemouth players, both Brooks and Wilson, so that's pretty good. Gone up to 58 and 1,786.
Yeah.
So just goes to show players that were written off previously, like such as Bournemouth players, are coming back and.
But it's one-off game though, isn't it? Because if you take Pogba as an example, he's done nothing.
Yeah.
That's why everybody binned him last week. Has this good game, and then last night in the Champions League game,
Shit on.
But yeah, so Brighton doing rubbish, 5-0. So fair play.
7 goals in 2 games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Over to mine then this week. I played my wild card last week, as mentioned, same as Liam. And a point noting here, because again Miguel was taking the mickey at one point out of my wildcard team, saying I haven't scored enough and they're doing really poorly. I had to remind him that the game week wasn't over, and also a wildcard isn't just for 1 week, Miguel. It's taken a lot of planning.
It's for life.
It's for life, or at least till the end of the season. Yeah. So the point being that we maximise our transfers, following transfers. So I got 64 points in the end, which I'm happy with, 10 above the average. And yeah, I mean, we did say last week that don't get fooled, don't fall into the double game week trap, and I said Duffy would only be in there for financial restraints, but then I kind of fell into the trap of getting Ryan in, which I regret. If I'd have kept Leno, I would have had a clean sheet from Leno as well. So lesson learned there, but I did take a very crucial tip, which just tipped me over the edge as well, was from our man Riz Camarasa. Yeah, it came good in the end. Got himself an assist. It was an assist, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
So combined over the 2 game weeks, got me 7 points. Captain kind of worked out, but overall pretty impressed with my midfield and my outside shout of Chris Wood against Cardiff in the first game.
Did.
Yeah,
Chris did do what
he did. 0.5% ownership. So that helped push me up the rankings, yeah, but he's going this week anyway. Even though I think he could do something against Chelsea. But we'll talk about that later.
They got just the 1 game.
They have, yes.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that later, possible DEENEY replacement. But I'm up 1 place to 15th in the FTB League, 1,969 points total, which meant 23k of green arrows up to 141k overall. So moving in the right direction again.
Premium defender on the bench, Tarek. What's going on?
Who?
Port.
What's that?
Port on the bench.
I know.
It's not usual like you. I mean, you don't normally bench premium.
I don't usually, but it was in favour of the double game week players of Duffy. I just thought maybe you might.
At least you've got more points than Duffy.
Yeah,
Just by 1.
True, Liam.
Yeah, my team, just going to give it a big bunch of fuck yous. Fuck you, Brighton. Fuck you, Bournemouth. I took all you out. Fuck you, Pogba. The biggest fuck you I can give is fuck you, DEENEY. Fuck you.
Harry Houdini.
I fucking wish he'd disappeared.
Yeah.
What a fucking mook. Fucking whammy the fuck. You boys saw in the fucking group chat, I nearly had a heart attack Monday night. Fucking clean sheet went up the arse, which, fair enough. I had, Decor in midfield, so fair Decor, whatever it's called. Fucking DEENEY. Fucking DEENEY.
He was trying
He
it,
doesn't
wasn't he?
fucking like it up and well, fucking don't elbow him in the fucking head, you prick.
That's right, he was trying.
But did you hear his comments? He goes before the game, he goes, I always try and rough them up just to see if they can take it.
Yeah, but for fuck's sake, it's
a bit
not
too much, dude. A bit too much.
fucking ground and pound, is it? Not fucking MMA, you prick.
Have you seen the new GIF though? Because obviously Torreira's about this big, is he? And he's like up here. So they've got like a midget smurf.
Yeah, I've not seen that.
Midget Smurf and a James the Giant Peach kind of big character, big fat giant just coming over. It's hilarious, man. But
So, yes.
Fuck your team, Liam.
Fuck him off. So, but again, like I had Allison, took him out, he gets a clean sheet. Camarasa was in at one point, took him out. Mora was in at one point, took him out. Basically, all the players that I flirted with ended up fucking doing something. And not saying that the team would have been exactly like that, because they were all in at different points. But it could have been very fucking different if I'd have left it on a couple of different transfers. So
especially with the Mora hat-trick.
Yeah, the Mora hat-trick did kind of kick in the dick. But Sterling did well. Brought Sterling into that some benefit. So down 5 places to 65th. Down 218k overall to 1.63 mil, so doing my classic minimal gains, massive drops. But you know what?
At least you're catching Miguel.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm just going to claw him back in and overtake him.
I mean, I've got to point out your captaincy pick.
Yeah, I thought, thanks for that. No, he did well last week, and I thought a bit of faith, a bit of a differential. Newcastle, not doing.
It's Rafa though. You don't do the biz over Rafa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So.
Rafa played it well, to be fair.
Yeah.
Defensively very shrewd, and then just tried to hit him on the can't drop, let the long ball.
Once the result had gone, I sort of went shit. Yeah, but there was a bit of faith. I was trying something different.
Worth a punt.
And to be honest, I probably would have maybe gone for Aguero afterwards anyway, so it would have worked out as ahead of Sterling. So it would have been exactly the same. So I'm not too fussed about that. There was other things pissing me off more than the Space Raider not doing anything.
I was going to say the only time Newcastle are going to be done over is when Rafa plays the under 23s for when we turn up.
Yeah.
We're going to put out the red carpet and everything.
Take a royal bum in then, won't we?
No. It will.
Rafa will just play defensive.
Anyway, fuck you all.
Moving on then. Game week 35 then, upcoming is the main major double game week. As we've mentioned for the past few weeks, City, Tottenham, Arsenal, United, Wolves, Watford, Southampton and Brighton all have double coming up. So we've planned our wildcards accordingly. So if you are looking to wildcard this week, Miguel, then you will need to get players in for those teams. So we'll have a quick discuss of those. But firstly, primarily, some people did get DEENEY in on their wildcard. So we'll potentially be looking for replacements. Riz, your thoughts on replacements for DEENEY?
Couple. I mean, to be honest with you, any of the Newcastle boys look good. Perez or Rondon.
Rondon, yeah.
They're a good shout. Similar kind of value in terms of money wise, if not cheaper.
Rondon's gone up to 6 now, and Perez 6.1.
Yeah. So they're not too bad to shout. And then obviously
they only have the single game week though.
They only have the single game week, but then again, they are in contention.
Yeah.
Well, they're full of confidence.
So
it's worth a shout. Sometimes obviously single game week players could benefit you more than
definitely
others.
I mean.
But looking at double game week players, I mean, who are you really going to get in? I mean, the only options I can look at there is either Glenn Murray. You don't want him.
No.
Yeah, don't want him. Southampton, the likes of Shane Long.
You don't know who's going to play.
No,
Exactly.
Exactly. And then Wolves obviously can't really afford Jimenez. A lot of people are going to go for him.
Can you afford Jimenez?
Differential?
I can. Coming to
You've got money in the bank, haven't you?
No, I've got fuck all in the bank.
Really?
But
and all the others are expensive.
I'll say that later.
Yeah, so all the others are expensive. City, Tottenham, Arsenal, United. So potentially, I'd stay away from Brighton players up front. I'd stay away from Southampton. You don't know who's playing. And Watford or Wolves. Well, Watford, Isaac Success is the only other alternative.
People are touting Gray.
Yeah.
But Gray's got nowhere near the minutes.
Exactly.
In Deane's absence.
And Wolves every time they can add, will have Jimenez.
True.
So
what about the Bournemouth guys, Wilson or King then?
Again, it goes to single game week. Yeah, if you're happy to consolidate there. But I think just because the back of a 5-0 win against Brighton, I don't think they're really going to turn up. Who are they playing this weekend? Bournemouth.
I don't know, to be
Sorry
honest.
to put you on the spot there because I kind of forgot. It was in my head.
Game week 35, Fulham at home.
Fulham. Ooh. Nah, I wouldn't. You know why? As good as Bournemouth are attacking wise, and they probably got out of 7-8 teams below the top 7, I'd say they've probably got one of the best attacks in terms of the 3 or 4 players. but Fulham are full of confidence after the 2-0 win against Everton, and they know mugs. The defence is rubbish.
I was going to say, guess who, not the most informed, but one of the most informed midfielders in the game?
Babel.
Ryan Babel.
He's
up there. He's up there in the top 5, I'd say.
But yeah, so I mean, potentially, I think I'd probably stay away from Bournemouth. That's the only reason why I won't go for it.
Fair enough. So yeah, I mean, I personally, like I said just a few minutes ago, I'd personally give a shout for Chris Wood, because Ashley Barnes has dropped off a bit. He's playing a slightly deeper role, playing differently. But Chris Wood against Chelsea, I think he could get something. He's put himself about. He's decent. He's in form. He is 6.2, so worth considering. But I think the safe option is Jimenez if you can afford him. But like Rhys said, he's not a differential.
No.
But I suppose if he fails, then we all fail. But
yeah, that is going to be my plan personally. I'm doing.
He's got favourable
fixtures
fixtures on Jimenez. He's playing against Brighton.
Well,
and Arsenal are soft at the back, so maybe a game for Jimenez.
This is all. I mean, you heard a rumour that DEENEY was going to appeal.
Yeah, I heard he was trying to appeal, but I've not heard anything since. So
right, so
that might be
I can't see it being
dead
rescinded.
horse.
No,
especially with comments being known that this is what he says
doesn't
he's going to
like
come out
it,
and do. So
no, I'm completely the same. Personally, I'll be getting another track mark up the arm and doing a -4. So it's going to be one of the defence or midfield being downgraded, and then DEENEY upgraded to Jimenez purely from a safety in numbers point of view, and then Vardy can probably fuck off the next week.
bench boost this week.
I'm going to have to do.
I mean that was a plan. That's what
Southampton galore.
Yeah, that's what I was planning to do. Valerie, any news on Valerie Ruiz? Because I've not had a chance to look, to be honest.
Still injured, from what I've heard. I don't think you'll be
What
fit.
was the injury? Was it not just cramp?
Muscle strain.
Muscle strain, so likely to be back.
They did say he's got a chance to be back, but whether he starts, it's thingy. I definitely know he'll play one of the games. Well, I think he'll definitely play Watford. But I don't think he'll be fit for Newcastle.
So Southampton have Newcastle away first, and then Watford away.
Yeah.
Not the easiest of games.
No.
Southampton Newcastle will be a good game to watch, actually. See
Very
what
good
happens
game.
there. Yeah.
Very good game.
So that's it for DEENEY replacements. Let's have a look then for people who are thinking of wildcarding this week. We'll quickly run through. We've mentioned it before. They're the obvious ones. Which players to go for City? Who do I have? I currently have De Bruyne and Aguero because I erred on side of caution with De Bruyne, thinking that he is likely to play the majority of games. With Sterling, yes, higher points potential, but you just don't know if he's going to start, how he's going to play. Aguero started but did nothing like he does. Laporte and Edison, the other options. Any other standouts?
No, I think Sane probably won't play. Maybe, or if he does, there's the potential for assists with Sane. That's always the flip side of the coin. But it's whether he gets the game.
Sane is one of those that he can do something in 20 minutes. He doesn't have to always play. He's got that cameo spell in him.
Word up.
But two tough games. Salah, Spurs and United, so possibly maybe not. But he will definitely start one.
Also depends on if Sane starts for City tonight against Spurs as well. So you have to keep an eye out on fixtures, see who's playing, who's not, and then make your choice from there.
Yeah, I think a lot will depend on, to be honest with you, the result tonight.
Yeah.
Either way, I think if City lose, they'll want to prove a point, because the only genuine thing of higher quantity of value to win is the Premier League.
But they really want to win the Champions League, don't
they? That's what I'm saying. But that's when all depends on this result. So if not, then he'll play his full strength regardless of thinking. What I don't get is he playing Saturday at 12:30, lunchtime kickoff, and it's just like doesn't make sense. So game fatigue, that might play into it. So you never know.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Interesting. Who are they playing Saturday?
Spurs.
Spurs again.
Spurs again. That's what I'm saying.
Spurs again. Interesting.
That's
I think Spurs will
saying.
actually be more tired. But let's have a look at Spurs then. Their options were Lloris, which a lot of people went with. Trippier, I didn't see as much. Son and Eriksen. And again, I got in Eriksen and captained him. Didn't do as well as De Bruyne, but the thinking was the same as I mentioned last week, is that I want to go for those midfielders who are definite starters, who are definitely going to play, and Eriksen, I think, is the definite starter for them.
Yeah, he did well. He got an assist. The Son came on with like 5 minutes to go somewhere, and he got an assist. Moura got his hat trick.
Yeah. 2 minutes, 3 minutes it was. He was on.
I know.
Yeah.
Trippier, non-starter. I won't even put him in there. To be honest with you, I mean Trippier, he's fallen out of favour. I've not really seen much of him.
Apparently they want to sell him. Yeah.
So stay away from that one. But Eriksen and Son, Lloris, I won't even probably mistakes. He's too mistake prone for me.
At one point, I was tempted to take a further hit. Sorry, not further hit, but on my wildcard, get in Kyle Walker-Peters. I was going to get him in, but
Very
then
good
I
price.
thought it was only going to be that game. He's not going to play any other games
he's
again
not
after
gonna
that.
play
So, Moura, talk to us about Moura.
Yeah, does fuck all for ages and then gets that bloody hat trick. And made doubly annoying by the fact I did have him in for, I don't know how many minutes it was when I was farting around overall, but I think it caught everybody off guard, didn't it?
Yeah.
That, I mean, a hat trick as well, not even just a goal or 2 at the most, you'd sort of go fair enough, but fucking hat trick?
Hat trick. It was Huddersfield, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No one could have
No,
called that, could they? Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, personally, I'm a big fan of Eriksen. The fact that you've got him in now and I haven't, and you did alright for it, is pissing me off. But the worry is whether he does as well without Kane there, I think.
Yeah.
Because they do have a good link-up play, and how tired Son is. But I'm a big fan of Eriksen. It's just about 9.2 is he?
He is.
9.3.
9.3. So it's just
9.3 now.
It's
Him and
hard
Son
to-
are exactly the same price.
He's going to be.
it's just an awkward price.
Yeah. Spurs squad are going to be tired inevitably.
All Spurs midfielders are
Yeah.
expensive. I mean,
Dele Alli's actually playing deeper, playing a lot more central.
He's been injured as well, isn't he? He should be
Yeah.
back tonight, maybe on the bench.
I think he is apparently.
But I think Son and Moura are the makeshift number 9s now, so if you don't like Eriksen, Son or
Mora's pace, that's what it is. That's what we're trying to accommodate. I mean, they had Big Llorente up front. I thought Big Llorente did really well in that game.
Yeah,
So,
that's-
you know,
to be fair to him, give him more
can't get
minutes,
worse.
he's doing
But
alright.
he's actually
Yeah,
play
if he
regular.
actually
He's just one of
play,
them.
yeah.
Yeah, he's just one of
Yeah.
them. So yeah, I'll probably just stick with midfielders rather than keep on defenders for Spurs if you do go for them.
Arsenal, I should have stuck with Leno. I had Kolasinac at one point, and Lackett and Orba. I mean, we mentioned with Arsenal before, midfielders are just not worth going near, are they?
No.
Any of those in your thoughts?
Huber got lucky. He's not worth going for. Lacazette, we're going for keeper. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
think he's, at that price,
And that
he's
price
good.
is
The
good.
running's
He's
not
another
too
game
bad.
week, so and he's got decent fixtures as well. Arsenal.
Yeah, the running's fine, but I mean, my thoughts on Aubameyang is if you can afford to, there's not much time for delaying now. There's only 4 weeks left.
Yeah.
But
He might even get Peter Cech playing because he finishes at the end of the season, doesn't he? So
Yes.
Last game,
they might give
potentially,
him a couple of games just to
not bad shot.
True,
relax,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
because they got the Europa League as well, aren't they? So
Yeah. United.
no one,
Worth that big at all?
no one, no,
nobody?
personally, no.
Not even Dave, Super Dave?
Not even Dave. I mean,
After last night,
Dave's.
What a howler.
You know what it is I think a lot of the United team have got themselves to blame for it. There's only about 2 or 3 players that are really playing well. Everyone else is just walking around, just collecting their wages and
they
going
really
away.
have slacked up, haven't they?
Well, of all of them now, I'll tell you the ones that I'm just sort of tickling my fancy a little is Rashford or Martial. Either of them worth getting?
Not in these 2 games coming up.
They play Everton away and then City at home.
Not in these 2 games.
No, I don't think. I mean,
Everton, yeah, you could probably say because Everton are very inconsistent, but then again, Everton's always been our bogey team.
Everton, that's the reason I'm actually keeping DEENEY. Yeah.
We've always slipped up
It's
against
only a
them.
single game we play, but I'm keeping DEENEY for that game, I think.
Yeah.
And the way we've been playing at the minute, I wouldn't even put it past Everton to beat us.
Yes, come on Everton. Clean sheet and a DEENEY free kick. That would be great.
No.
Wolves, I've got Jimmy, I've got Jota.
I've got Jota. I'm going to probably get Jimmy.
Just Jimmy.
Defenders,
No one.
no, not
No.
worth it, not worth the risk. Defenders, Wolves are, very shaky at the back.
I did toy with it a couple of times.
I mean, they got a decent thing. I think Doherty will trouble Arsenal because Arsenal is shit. Left back, right back.
It's true.
They just can't defend.
Yeah.
Players on the wing. Just nothing.
So maybe be thinking getting rid of the Brighton defenders that you bought in.
Yeah, possibly. But no one else.
Yeah.
Doherty, because we know he's consistent and he gets assists and he can score. And Jimmy, but no one else, personally.
True. Okay, then Watford.
DEENEY.
DEENEY's gone. Gray, we've said,
Deeney's
nah.
fucked.
Success. Is he going to be the hero for Watford?
No, I didn't when he did fuck all.
Everybody had him third on the bench for ages.
Yeah. Personally, from Watford, I've got Kika. Probably from a 4.2 perspective, and the fact they play Huddersfield, I'm expecting a clean sheet.
Good shout.
Which was the thinking of getting Deeney in for this week as well, because they're playing Huddersfield.
Huddersfield, I know.
It's a double game week, and the fuck my joy at fucking Arsenal and then Huddersfield and Southampton on top of that. That's all that's a shit. I'm doing fucking, what do you call it, like sensory. I was getting very tense then when I was describing that. Yeah, I was fucking massaging myself to calm me down. So much you've wound me up, Troy, you prick.
Delafeu will be a good shot.
He's not been playing again though lately, has he?
No, but
you were saying Decore is more the favourite one.
Yeah,
but
that might change now again with Thingy being out.
Yeah. I think with his pace and trickery, Huddersfield and Southampton should be games that he'd favour.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, Huddersfield definitely, but Southampton...
I'd say
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm becoming a big fan of Southampton and Arsenal until lately.
Yes.
Yeah, so see how that goes. Moving on to Southampton then, speaking of.
Redmond.
Nathan Redmond is the inform.
I mentioned him last week, didn't I? So,
ahead of Ward-Prowse, he's actually more informed than Ward-Prowse now. He's a little bit more expensive. I think Ward-Prowse is 5'1 still, or 5'2. And Redmond is 5'8, I think, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, so a bit more money to find there if you do want him, but he's in form. Angus Gunn in goal. I think I've got him and I'm going to keep it for my bench boost, yes. Hopefully should be alright, because Southampton, as we mentioned, Newcastle away and Watford away. Ooh, tough, but let's see.
Chances, but even then, saves count. They're going to, this against those teams there, it's going to be very open. Because they're kind of similar in terms of ability and capacity around the area and the box. Rondon favours playing against teams of that stature. You may well find some shots and saves, and Gunn's a big lad in there. So
good shot. And Højbjerg's the go-to bench option. Has been all season.
Yeah, I think he's left my squad.
Yeah. So yeah, he's another one to consider. He's actually on and off. He does all right. But
I was looking at either him or Remey on comparison head to head, even recent one as well. Højbjerg seems to be coming out on top.
What about even? I was thinking of Armstrong. Again, not.
He's got off the boil.
He had I think when he came in, he had a couple of games where he was on fire, and I was very tempted with the Celtic connection. He's done. I don't think there's anything.
Only 4 point something as well, 4.4.
Yeah,
something like that.
I think Højbjerg's the same though. He's about 4.4, 4.5.
Well, it'd probably be worth mentioning, depending on Valerie's injury, keeping an update on that and just keep him in.
Yeah.
Because he will play, he will start.
Because I was wondering, is it worth playing the bench boost anyway? I haven't got a strong bench, or...
my bench is looking sweet.
Or is it, do we go triple captain somewhere? I mean, to be fair, aside from Valerie, I'll be alright. I'm going to get rid of... I was saying Wood and Camarasa, but I'm looking at Duffy and thinking...
I'll tell you what
have you done for me lately?
Triple captain would be... For me, personally, triple captain would be the game against Huddersfield. Liverpool Huddersfield is a game that you'd use your triple captain.
Yeah, that's the obvious one. 36, that would be.
So I'd hand fire. Bench boost.
Let's finish on Brighton then. I've got Ryan and Duffy.
No one.
Some idiots out there captained Duffy and Dunk.
The mug that you love to chug, Duff man.
Yeah.
Duffy captain himself.
Yeah, he did, and then put Wilson in his team as well, just as a safe bet. But yeah, I mean, Brighton, who have they got? They got Wolves away and Tottenham away.
No.
I think this, if you're doing your wild card now, I don't definitely.
Wolves, Brighton's fixtures, have you seen them? They could potentially end up getting relegated.
Yes.
They're playing some mad teams.
Yeah, and Cardiff could actually stay up. Yeah. They've got slightly easier, but after us, after Liverpool, then they've got slightly easier. Right?
Yeah, they really have that for the aren't they? They're not even like.
Yeah.
I think it was all they've had Duffy, then it's the prospect of 2.
I think you know what it was. I think they took the FA Cup run literally too seriously.
And now it's run out of steam. Yeah. They've been very deflated. Right, let's quickly move on to captaincy then. Captaincy for this week. Obviously, are we obviously going for a double game week player for captaincy? One of the City players.
Well, my original plan was to go for probably DEENEY against Huddersfield and Southampton because I thought it might be definitely some there. So I ain't got a fucking Scooby now.
Mine is currently on Mane. We've got Cardiff. I can't remember if it's Cardiff at home or Cardiff away. But Cardiff are tough. A bit tough cookies, so maybe, I mean, it's just on there. But then the other options, like I say, is either a City player, so for me it's De Bruyne or Aguero. I don't trust Aguero, so it'd be De Bruyne. Spurs, we've got City first, then Brighton.
Which you could potentially pick Eriksen or someone.
Yeah, it'd be Eriksen for me for that game. Arsenal, no, I wouldn't trust anyone for captaincy. United.
I'd go very, very left field, and I'd even pick someone from Southampton.
Yeah.
Against the games against Newcastle and Watford.
Ooh, that is very, very left
Tempted.
field. Yeah, that's almost coming back round to the right. Is that far left field?
But having said that, they're in form. I like the way they're playing at the minute.
True,
Redmond seems to be picking up form.
So if you get Redmond, you captain him, because no point in the season have we ever captained a Southampton player.
But then again, that's what differentials are there for.
True.
What about
Gotta be a bit brave.
You do. What about Jimenez? Wolves against Brighton and Arsenal.
He currently, I was looking on Twitter earlier during the day, on 2 or 3 different polls, the FPL Connect one and Fantasy Football Scout. He's currently marginally ahead. He's the favourite, Jimenez. They have Brighton at home and Arsenal away. Arguably, Arsenal at home as well, so both home games. And arguably against Arsenal they could do something as well. So Jimenez, popular shout. Personally, I think I'm going to be going for...
Safe bet would be a Spurs player.
City or Spurs, yeah.
Safe bet would be a Spurs player.
Yeah.
Because City, if you look at City's games, they've got 2 teams in the top 6, Tottenham, United. Derby, they want to be up for it. Spurs, depending on the results tonight, they want to prove a point. And even in the league, they don't want to be falling behind.
Yeah.
Finish better than Arsenal.
But then you got the Spurs game where if they don't get much out of the game against City, you got the Brighton option to fall back on.
True.
And that might just give you something.
Food for thought. We're completely undecided.
Yeah, we don't know basically. So
so
we'll tell you on Saturday morning.
City, Tottenham, or Wolves. It could be any one of those 3 that we captain.
Well, if I get my team back, I'm going for Redmond.
Yeah, Redmond all the way.
I'll tell you that now. So
Let's finish on transfers then. We've got the last few minutes left. As I mentioned, my most likely guaranteed one is Chris Wood. He's done a good job. He was going to be DEENEY, but I'm going to take him out now, and I actually had money left in the bank. I deliberately left some behind. So I can afford Firmino, as I said, Bobby against Cardiff. I think he might do something, so I'm going to get him. And then I'm going to take a -4, especially considering if you're playing bench boost and it's a double game week, I think you can afford to take a hit, maybe 2. Yeah. So I'm gonna think about Camarasa. Yeah. That's their only game. Cardiff don't have a double, do they? So it's only Liverpool, so maybe not. And Duffy, so maybe I'm taking a -8 this week. I don't know.
You love it. You love those minuses.
I know.
Where can you see Duffy getting a clean sheet anyway?
Brighton, Wolves.
He's going to shit the bed twice.
I'm inclined to keep a single game we play Camarasa over Duffy.
Yeah, I would.
Brighton, because I've got Ryan in goal as well.
But then, you know what, you got a problem.
I've got a problem.
For
I've
me-
got 2 Brighton.
No, you have, because you've got Ryan,
I know, yeah.
and then you got Anders Gunn, which you can obviously swap around to do that.
But I'm going to bench boost, aren't I?
But that's what I'm saying. So you got Ryan or Duffy, who you have to at least keep on the bench. Because what will happen is, I can see you going wild on it, because what you'll try and do is get rid of both of your Brighton players. You get your -4 hit, then you'd be like, shit, Valerie's got an indicator on him. Let's get rid of Valerie. -8.
I won't go that far. I'm going to try and stick to a -4.
I actually think you will. I think you will go -8. Looking at your team, I think you'll go -8. Trust. Because I cannot see you banking on Duffy or Ryan.
I don't know why the hell I got flipping both in Brighton.
I think we got a bit carried away, didn't we? Because I had Duffy already, and then I got Ryan.
Because
We got a bit carried away.
Because you'll have to keep Wood.
No, he's okay.
This is what I'm saying. You're going to lose points. You're going to have to make 3 transfers minimum.
I'm never without Wood.
Minimum. You're going to have to make 3 transfers.
I'm thinking now,
Thanks.
Chris Wood and Ryan out. That's what I'm thinking of doing now. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Undecided. Liam.
That fucker's got to go. DEENEY is out of here, as they say in baseball. After that, Riz, you said in the commercial break that we had, and seeing to you guys, we bring us to your commercial free. You said I needed to make about 3 transfers. You reckoned? What were you recommending?
Yeah, I think I like saying to see. I think you got to get rid of Duffy or Ryan. At least one. Can't keep both of them because it's literally going to screw you over. Because they're both defensive. I mean, if you had a midfield, I'd probably be like, yeah, you could get away with it.
Yeah, that's
to do that. But then you've got Højbjerg and Valerie, with potential of not knowing whether Valerie's going to play or not.
Yeah.
And then in your midfield, you got to decide how much money you've got, because if you're going to bring in Jimmy, you may well have to think to accommodate.
You got Will Keane. I've only just noticed Will Keane and
Yeah.
play. What the hell happened there?
I just thought I haven't thought Everton were against
Well,
Fulham.
he's 4.8 and he's got nothing in the bank.
Yeah.
What can he do?
I thought Everton would be. Thanks, Riz. Yeah, fucking defend me in car. Yeah. Fuck you, Tarek. Fuck you with DEENEY and the rest of them. No, that was it. I didn't have a lot of money left and saw Keane and thought, they're playing Fulham, that might be a decent shout if he plays. And then
Screw you.
Yeah, to be fair, he didn't even play, so I was getting angry at him with no reason to.
Didn't even play.
Poor bastard.
Yeah.
His bodies are burning.
Should have played, shouldn't he?
Yeah. So at least 3, if not 4.
So we might both end up taking minus 8.
Minus 8 or minus 12.
Yeah. I think you will take minus 80. I genuinely, I think you will get them points back as well.
Do you think so? Yeah, let's
depending on who, because if you take minus 8, all it takes is a double game player. You get 1 clean sheet out of whoever, wherever.
True.
Yeah.
All
and
good
then
points.
you get an assist or possibly a goal. You
All good
accumulate
points,
your points
yeah.
back. So maybe it is worth taking a risk.
I'm gonna have to sleep on it and have a look, see what happens.
Season's fucked, it don't matter.
Not just a smart cookie.
We'll leave it there. Any final points?
No.
Like,
Fuck
share,
off,
subscribe, because we've not said that for a while.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, I think it's a bit late in the season now. Hope it's been helpful.
Abbas and Dr. Wassim, please, hotline to Tariq is always available 24/7.
They don't watch this. They don't even watch, yeah.
You're
They
going to start
do
charging
hotline
me.
me. They do hotline me direct without bloody watching the show.
So,
Yeah.
do that.
But thank you for those of you who are watching. Hope you have a good game week. Let us know how you get on, and we'll be back next week. Goodbye.